Hello, welcome to the show. Today we're going to talk about some nightmare customers, and we'll follow it up with some stories about some really great customers. Hello, and welcome to the Collectoverse podcast, your home for all things Collectoverse. We are a small indie toy store in Prince George, British Columbia, Canada. My name is Matt Walker, and I will be your host. I will oftentimes be joined by my partner, Berlin McPherson, as a co-host, and other times we'll have a special guest join us. Maybe both. Who knows what we'll get up to. We'll be using our time to talk mostly about toys, pop culture, and the many fandoms that we all love. We have many terrific show ideas to try, and if you keep with us, you may be surprised at what you hear. Good evening. Welcome to the Collectoverse podcast. I am Matt Walker, and with me tonight is Berlin McPherson. How are you now?
Good, and you?
I'm good. I'm well. Yeah, it's been a fun week at the store since we announced our departure from having a storefront.
Pretty mixed bag on reactions, I would say.
Yeah, it's mostly been very positive, but a few people are not into it.
Very few. Most reactions have been pretty optimistic and supportive. Mm-hmm. Mostly from people that actually listen to the podcast and talk to us in person, kind of about the reasoning and what our plans are.
Yep.
Anyone that's casually hearing it or just reading, the beginning of a post are a little more negative. Oh, that sucks. That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I guess in a way it might suck, but it doesn't suck to us.
No, it is the right move still.
I'm feeling really good about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, already we've been kind of coming up with a lot more plans of things that we're going to implement.
Yeah.
Other than that, anything new at the store this week? Anything cool? We didn't. There's nothing new. We didn't get anything new.
Yeah, we're kind of not focusing on getting anything new at the moment. If we get anything new, it's probably going to be held.
Yeah, for later.
But we don't have any active orders coming in. We're kind of in a weird standstill.
I think most stores on the 11th of January are
at a bit of a standstill.
Yeah, they either don't have they don't have access to stuff because everybody's still closed.
Yeah.
Or it just hasn't been ordered in yet.
Yeah, most of our suppliers are currently reopening from the holidays and just kind of getting rolling again. Yeah, we've been downsizing a bit of stock. Not in any way other than it's selling and we're not replacing. So people are noticing a little less products on the shelves.
Yeah, we had a comment today. Somebody was like, "Whoa, you guys really sold a bunch of Funkos." Well, yeah, that's the point of having a store.
We sell them all the time. We just haven't filled the holes this time.
That's right.
Yeah. Lots of people offering help.
Yeah, lots of that.
With not just moving, but anything we may need in the transition or help at markets coming forward when we keep talking about those. So
yeah, it's been good.
Yeah.
Oh, I booked some things last night. Mm-hmm. I booked a market and tables at a convention.
Yep.
In July.
Do we want to talk about which ones?
No, not yet.
Okay.
No, we'll talk about those.
We're making
later.
some moves.
We're making some moves. We have been talking a lot. Well, I've been talking a lot about a toy show and doing this stuff, and
branding is in the works.
Yeah, we're working on it. It's gonna happen.
I'm more and more excited about that. The more I feel the weight of the store kind of lifting already, it's becoming more fun to think about all the extra stuff.
Yeah.
Because while having the store, thinking about going to conventions and putting on a toy show just feels like there's already weight on both shoulders, and it's just kind of piling on top of the existing weight.
Yeah, I get it.
But now I kind of feel like I have a free shoulder, which allows a little more excitement to fit in.
Terrific. I'm going to just talk for a minute before we start the actual show. I put out a post on one of the bigger toy trader groups.
On Facebook.
Looking for people who want to talk about collecting and how they afford collections like that. Because I see people post all the time. I see lots of collections. People always post their photos. People who collect stuff love to show it off, right? These guys share their photos, and I look at them, and I'm just like, man, it's like a whole room inside of a room of just you walk in, there's just G1 Transformers, and then every Titan class and all the different lines everywhere. And so, I put this thing out asking hey, who wants to talk? So I've got about 5 people lined up that I'm going to do interviews with in the next couple weeks.
There's definitely a couple local people I'm sure you could add to that as well.
For sure. I wouldn't mind doing it as a series too.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's going to be upcoming. Yeah, I'm not sure which one, but if you listen to the show, you'll hear that one too.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a really cool idea. Because it's like, what do you do? Like, what's your life outside of this? Do you have other hobbies? Do you have a family? Do you own your home? I would think so. Moving that much renting would be.
I saw somebody in one of the groups recently posting about he was moving, and he was showing his room and how he had to take it apart. Like he had to break it down to nothing.
Yeah.
All like everything, custom shelving. Everything's custom in these these collection rooms.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
The main thing I think about when I think about moving like big collections is how valuable everything is. Not just like financially. Yeah. But like emotionally, I guess. Like you're attached to each thing. That's why it's like displayed in this way. And then I think about the damage like our stuff incurred last time we moved. Mm-hmm. Even though we hired professional movers, like a bookshelf was broken. Yeah. You know, stuff got scuffs on it. And I just think about like big, intense collector shelves and it just makes me nervous.
They have to have those big collections insured. Like some of these people's houses are like a museum. Yeah. Like there's a couple guys, like there's a guy in Vancouver for sure who he does a YouTube channel and he's got it's a museum.
That's crazy.
I guarantee he's got insurance on everything. I should talk to him too.
There's a guy on TikTok that's entire basement is Lego.
Yeah.
But it's like all set up and there's like a giant table in the middle of the room that's like a Lego city. And then all around is just like giant sets.
Well, I guess with Lego, if it falls down and gets broken, you just build it again.
True. Not that you'd want to.
Not that you'd want to. I think at that point...
I would glue that shit together.
You have to.
Right?
Like those guys, they're not leaving it open.
But once you glue it together, it's more likely to actually break the pieces than just fall apart.
Yeah,
if it falls.
That's true.
I don't know. Not a Lego guy.
No, it's fun. I build the cars.
I loved it as a kid. I just can't afford it.
Yeah, it's pretty expensive stuff.
Especially like the good big like sets. Like there's some new designer stuff they're coming out with lately that I would totally buy.
Yeah, like the UCS sets and those all the black boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they have like bonsai trees and like flower vases and bouquets, and it just seems, I don't know, it'd be beautiful to just like have a shelf of that stuff. But the price tag, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't afford it. Well, that's okay. In this show coming up, we'll figure out how you can afford it. Back to today's show. You may have heard me say, "How are you now?" We've been watching.
Good, and you?
Yeah, we've been watching Letterkenny, and that show is
and neither of us have watched it before. And I'm sure a lot of people listening to this are like, "Yeah, that's old comedy. What do you guys?"
Oh yeah, but I guess everybody's been telling me about it for years. I've never had access to it because it didn't have.
Well, I even remember when like the Funko Pops came. People were jazzed. They sold out so fast. Yeah. And I don't know, might have bought a set myself if
you had known.
If I had known, I was like, whatever, okay.
If you had known the wonder.
Yeah, but it's good. It's good. We enjoy it. Low pressure kind of show. You can watch it whenever, and you know,
it's short.
Yeah.
It's not like an hour and a half every time.
Not that we don't love the hour-long shows, but it's a bit more of a commitment.
They are.
Matt shotgunned Star Trek this last week.
Well, okay, I watched a little bit of Star Trek.
You watched every available Star Trek.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to.
To the point where you were getting into cartoons because you just needed more Star Trek in your veins, and you couldn't.
No. Lower Decks, I think, is valid Star Trek.
Oh, you like it?
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Okay.
Everybody who watches Star Trek knows all on the main shows. You've got a captain and a number one and all of their different lieutenants and stuff, but you don't think about what happens
on the lower deck
in engineering and stuff. Like you see famous engineer guys in engineering, but you don't see all these like grunt engineers building stuff and making it work. It's hilarious.
And this fresh obsession came because of Picard?
No, I was watching. I think I watched Discovery a while back. I've wanted to watch them for like the whole time.
Okay.
I just haven't had time. And then I was sick and I watched some and it was good. And then I am sick in the head, so I watched all of it.
I was physically sick and then I was mentally sick.
That's
so
right.
got it all down.
Yeah, but yeah, I did watch. I went hard.
I don't know. I guess there wasn't much else to talk about this week.
Yeah, it was pretty easy. It was very,
We did a bit of an auction.
Yeah, we did do that. Berlin lined up a contest to get some more people liking our page.
It'd just been a while since we did them.
Yeah.
Did one.
And as such, she put together a whole bunch of prize packs. And the person who won didn't choose a prize pack. Actually, it was weird. She chose a...
So I made 4 prize packs.
Yeah.
And if none of them were to the winner's liking, we offered a $50 gift card, which was like less in value than any of the prize packs. But it's something if that wasn't your vibe.
Yeah. But then she came in.
Yeah.
And then just left.
Yeah, she like looked around and... did she even talk to us? Not really.
Not really.
But she looked around and left.
Yeah.
It didn't say anything about said gift card. She didn't take a physical copy of said gift card. She just left. So if you're here listening to this, said winner, your credit still stands and we would love to get you something you like.
That's right. So anyway, she made these, picked these prize packs. Winner didn't choose it. So we've got these prize packs sitting in bags. And she goes, let's do bid wars.
We were going to put them just back out on the shelf.
Yeah.
But they were already nicely packed, kind of themed prize packs. So I put together a bid wars, kind of an impromptu last minute thing. Added a few other prizes from around the store.
And one thing that I noticed during this bid wars is I think that a bid war doesn't really work unless you go, hey guys, there's a bid wars happening. Because there was a few items where people really were bidding on.
Yeah.
Because it's,
because the price was so good.
Yeah. But some of the other things, it was like, the opening bid. And the opening bids were low.
Yeah.
They were just like
Yeah, it was good. Some people got some really good deals. But next time we'll definitely have some time beforehand to hype it up. Mm-hmm. Let people know what's going on.
I think people do enjoy bid wars auction type sales. They just don't necessarily know that they do yet.
That's right.
All right. So on to the meat of the show. We're going to talk about customers, which in February, we'll still have customers, but they'll be a little bit, we deliver stuff to your house. There's not going to be a lot of the impromptu drop-in stuff that we get right now.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know about you, but I'm excited for. Because I enjoy that.
Yeah.
Because there are certain customers who they're trying. Is that the term I'm looking for?
It's a term.
Yeah, it's a term. They're not bad people.
No.
We like them. We're glad they show up. We're glad they buy stuff.
We appreciate everyone who walks through the doors of our store.
Yes.
And that I don't say that as a cover for like complaining about some of them. Mm-hmm. We genuinely appreciate everyone who comes in.
Yeah.
And anyone who supports us.
True.
That being said.
Yeah, some of them are more of a hassle than others.
Yeah. So we thought we would
talk about... We're not going to talk about individual people, and we're not going to talk about any names.
There's also not very many... Like, we have like 5 major points here that we'll get to.
Yeah.
But I don't think any of these customers, which we've named...
as character types.
Yes. But I don't think any of them are one person. Like, each type that we're going to talk about definitely encompasses multiple people. So there's no point in, like, individually naming anyone because it's no one person. True. These are all things that we've seen kind of repeated. And these are the types of customers we're probably going to miss the least.
True. Yep. I'm sure they'll still find a way to complain or screw around or whatever.
Yeah, so you want to dive into it?
Yeah. The title of this episode is The Customer is Always Wrong. Anybody who's ever worked in retail knows that half the time you want to smack somebody.
Yeah.
But you can't.
No, because that's impolite.
This is a list. This is not in order of importance or annoyingness. I don't know what the,
These are not ranked in any way other than us sitting and brainstorming.
Yes.
Number 1.
Number 1 on the list is what's known as the chiseler.
I think this was the first one you named.
It is the first one I named. And I don't know if I named this. I think somebody I worked with at another store named this.
Fair.
But it's the same everywhere. As a retail shop or as an individual in a marketplace, whatever you're doing, you list a lot of things, or you list one thing, whatever it is. But in this case, we're going to list 10 Masters of the Universe figures.
Nice.
They've got all of the accessories. They're in really good condition. They're all the right versions that everybody wants. They're very desirable. The chiseler will look at your listing, and the chiseler will come at you and go, hey, could you do a bit better on this price? To which I go, okay, I can do this amount, which is like a 10 to 20% discount off of the main price.
As a lot price if you buy them all.
That's right. And they go, I'm very interested in that. But could you do this price? And it's usually maybe half for the whole lot. And I go, you son of a bitch.
And they go, and also, I don't want those 3 the least desirable ones. I'm going to leave you with those ones.
No, not yet.
Oh, sorry.
No, they're not even there yet. No,
Okay.
they go, okay, well, I'd like this whole lot, and I'd like to pay half of what you want for it, which is probably lower than what I paid for the lot.
Yeah.
And they'll want the lot for less. And then I go, no, I couldn't do that. And I meet them with another offer that's maybe a little bit lower than my original offer to them, but far higher than what they asked for, because there's no way I'm meeting their low ball. So then they'll come back and go, okay, well, I can't do that. And they say, how about just for these 5 figures? And they'll always pick the most valuable and most desirable figures, and they'll offer below half of what that half would have been. So then I'm going to be stuck with less money and the least desirable figures.
That are going to be much harder to sell.
It'll be much harder to sell.
And you're going to end up selling them for less than what you need to make up for the rest of them.
That's right.
Yeah.
And ultimately, it ends with no sale because nobody's happy. The chiseler doesn't get what they want, so they probably, tell whoever their partners are or whatever, oh, that guy from Collectoverse, I hate that guy. And then I just go, what a waste of my goddamn time. So that's the chiseler. That's a breakdown of how that guy works.
The point of the chiseler, I think, is that their ultimate goal is to pay nothing and get the best thing.
Yeah. They're going to end up, actually, I'll probably be interviewing some of those for that next show. But, the whole thing is that, you buy the lot, you keep the 2 that you want, and then you sell off the 8 to cover the cost of the 2 that you kept.
Yeah.
So that you, in fact, pay nothing. I think that's the overall arc of the chiseler scenario. On to the next scenario. So the next scenario is who we're going to refer to as the Stonk Trader.
You named this one.
I named this one just today.
We couldn't come up with a good name.
No,
but this is a
good.
hilarious customer.
So these guys or girls, they buy something either from a public forum where we've seen what they're paying for it, which doesn't matter. If you buy a thing, we've said it before, if you buy a thing at Value Village and you bring it to us,
and we know you got it there, we don't care.
Doesn't matter. I understand it was $5 if I was there and I got it, but I didn't. I snoozed. I losed.
Yeah.
You come in and I'll give you $10 for it.
Yeah, we get it.
Yeah. But we're talking about guys where we sell
there's something on clearance at a store in town.
Yes.
And it's been there for 8 months.
Yeah.
On clearance.
And we've seen it for 8 months.
Obviously, yeah.
And then they buy it and, it'll be like say it's a pop figure. You can go look in Pop Price Guide. It is, sells for $40. And it does sell for $40 if you can find some sucker to buy it.
Yeah.
Like if you go and list them on eBay and you're willing to ship it to, Miami or wherever else, you might find somebody who wants that thing for $40. But in Prince George, that thing's $5.
Yeah.
So when you go out and you buy that thing and you bring it to us and you go, yeah, this is a pretty valuable thing. It's selling for $40 on Pop Price Guide. We already know.
We know no one here wants it.
We already know. It's going to sit on the shelf for a long time. Perhaps that can change with us going back to online and
because we can immediately put it into a bigger market than just Prince George.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like shipping it out, if it's like a really esoteric thing, we can always put it on eBay, whatever.
Which we have done.
But we don't really want it.
Yeah.
And
if we did, we would have bought it.
There are certain things that we've sold on a claim sale for cheap. Like it might have been a bid wars or it might have been
We do very
whatever.
good deals on our claim sales.
We do. And we'll do something like a pop figure that's pretty valuable. It's in there $5. Somebody jumps on that, buys it for $5. A set of action figures, $25. It's worth, 125 on eBay. Well, somebody buys that, and then they come to us later and they're like, yeah, so I'm looking to trade and sell these things. And in there with that set of items is the thing they just bought for $5. And they go, well, what would you give me for this one? I go, $5. Because you just
I sold that to you on Tuesday.
Yeah, for $5. I'm not going to give you any more than that.
They're like, yeah, but I looked on the internet. It's worth like 30.
And we sold it for $5, so it's worth $5.
Yeah.
I'll give you your $5 back for that thing.
Like, certainly buy our thing for $5 and try and sell it for 30. Go
Definitely.
ahead.
Yeah,
but
sell
not
it
back to
somebody
us.
else. Yeah.
And the people that have done this, which is more than one.
Yes.
More than two.
Yep.
It's almost immediate. It's like, oh man, that thing I bought from you yesterday, could I trade that in and get this other thing for triple what I paid?
No.
What are you talking about?
No, you cannot.
Stonk traders.
That thing is valued at $5.
Those are stonks, and I don't want them. They're stinky.
No.
Oh, sorry.
We do want them, but we want to have sold it to you for $5. So
The whole point is that
you
you're
got a really
stoked.
good deal.
Yeah.
And you're stoked about it, and you tell people where you got it.
Yeah.
That's the point of
Or
that.
you just get a thing that you normally wouldn't have bought if it was the globally listed $60 price tag.
That's true.
Because we just want you to have nice things sometimes. Yep. And it's maybe something that we've had sitting for a while, or we happened across without paying an arm and a leg for, so we're in a position to sell it for less.
That's right.
And it's not so we can sell it to you for $5 and then buy it from you for $40 a week later.
Yeah. Not going to happen. Somebody will buy it for $40, but it won't be us.
No.
So yeah, that's the stonk trader. And I think that's pretty much it.
Yep.
That's what they do. So we're going to get on to the next type of customer here, which number 3 is the holder.
Ooh, the holder.
Or is it hoarder?
I originally called it the hoarder, but I went with the holder.
The holder. So what does the holder do?
You want me to take this one?
Sure.
It is my passionate topic.
She loves these guys.
The holder, and okay, I'll say what it is first, and then I'll defend it. But the holder is someone who perpetually puts items on hold, keeps kind of like a stack on hold.
Okay.
And never picks anything up. And if they do, they pick up like one thing. They're giving us no indication of when they're going to get the rest. And we're kind of just sitting indefinitely. Yes. Now, when we talk about the holder, we don't mean people that have stuff on hold. Because we have a couple guys who will have something and say, I'm buying this and this today. Can you hold this till next month? Yes, absolutely. Sure, no problem. See you then.
Yep.
We have people that kind of constantly have a box of stuff.
Box is great.
And they're like, okay, I'll take this, this, and this today. And they kind of add to it, but they also come and take from it. And it's kind of an ongoing thing.
Or it's a hold box and we're just waiting till there's enough to ship.
That too.
That's also
if
fine.
It's not local, yeah.
Yeah, that's also fine. We got lots of shipping.
That's fine.
And that's good holding.
If you just don't have the money yet and you're going to chip away at it, totally fine.
Yeah, also fine.
Or if you say, I'm waiting for my GST check in a month and a half, I need this thing, please hold it. Sure. Not talking about those guys.
No.
I'm talking about the, I'll pick it up eventually, or I'm not going to contact you at all.
Oh, yeah.
Or every claim sale, I'm going to claim something, but it's just going to go in my hold pile and I'm never actually going to buy anything.
Yep. There are those guys.
And it just fills up our hold shelf. It takes away valuable product that people actually want to buy, which I think the reason I'm so hot about this topic right now is because we had quite a lot held over Christmas.
Yeah.
With stuff we still have now. It's January 11th today, and we're still holding it with no pickup date in sight.
Yeah.
And we could have sold that over Christmas. We had a pretty slow Christmas. That could have been more stock on the shelves.
That thing could have been the difference.
That could have saved Collectoverse.
That could have kept us in the shop. Okay,
No,
it wouldn't have. But
yeah, that's not the point. But the point is just being used as a never-ending bank just because you don't want someone else to have the thing. Or just because you think you might someday want the thing, but you don't want to pay for it yet, but you need And again, I'm not talking like us holding something for a week and then you're like, maybe I don't want it.
Yeah, that's fine.
This is months.
Yeah, that's fine. Like if you see a thing on our website and we've got one of it, send an email.
Yeah.
Get in touch and go, hey, I'm interested in this thing, but
Got to talk to the wife.
yeah, I gotta
see if my son has it already.
That's it. I gotta run it past somebody, or I need to see if there is one.
Yeah.
Or
I need to wait till I get paid. Sure.
Yeah.
We're totally understanding.
Yeah, I think the holder also is kind of like the pre-order guy sometimes, who they just order it from GameStop, Collectoverse, and DJC Collectibles, and whoever gets it first, and the rest they cancel. Don't fucking do that.
Don't do that to such a small business.
No, don't do that to any business.
No, but like
it's no
I
good.
feel like GameStop might be more equipped, and they're also gonna they'll recover quicker. But
yeah, but still don't do it.
No,
like,
it's gross.
Do you remember I would order like the whole wave of everything for Transformers from GameStop, and I'd go pick it up all at once.
Yeah.
They don't mind. They don't mind holding it a bit if you pay it down a little bit.
Yeah.
They don't mind, but just save the money and go get the thing.
Yeah. Just decide who you want to order it from and order it.
Yeah. If you need to make it work over time, every online store now has a Sezzle or a some other type of thing. Like hell, Long and McQuaid just added it.
But some people just want the thing first.
I get it.
And if it shows up somewhere first, they need it. And they need to be the first of their friends, and they got to be the first in the Facebook group. Yeah. And they get some clout from being Firsty McFirsterson.
Yeah. There is an opposite type who we'll talk about later as well. But there's an opposite type
of Firsty McFirsterson. Yeah.
Yeah, to that.
Yeah, we'll get to him.
But that's the holder. Yeah, you're bad dude. No, you're not a bad dude.
You're fine, dude, but quit it.
Yeah, quit it. Cut it out.
And you're also probably not only a dude. We keep duding all these people, but we have many terrible female customers too.
Yeah, everybody's a dude.
Everybody's a dude and everybody sucks.
Yeah. Okay. Enough dishing on that one.
Okay.
So what do we got next?
Number 4.
Number 4 is the line stepper. So the line stepper is a person who habitually... Pardon me, there's a cat on the table.
There's a cat stepping a line here.
Hey, you're stepping the line, bud.
Quit it.
All right, so the line stepper is a person who comes into a shop and consistently use the wrong language. They'll say like it's one thing to say fuck a shit or whatever.
I swear, like a trucker.
Yeah.
Matt has to do a lot of editing in our podcast.
Yeah, these things are fine. It's when there's like a kid in the store, and we're not talking trucker talk, we're talking pirate talk. You're just dropping like gross shit in front of children. That's a line stepper. And there's lots of people who do it. There's in every store.
Don't be that guy.
Don't be that guy. No, nobody cares if you throw F-bombs in between every word. Or you say, oh man, this thing's so effing cool, whatever. No one cares.
Yeah.
But when you talk about
graphic
things.
Inappropriate.
Yeah.
And anyone who knows me knows I don't use those words lightly.
Yes. This is stepping over the line. There's no reason to talk like that in a toy store.
It's a toy store. It's a cool collectible, not an adult toy store, but an adult toy store.
You don't even talk like that in an adult toy store.
But it's a toy store.
Yeah.
But also don't do it at the grocery store either.
No.
Don't.
There's just the things if you feel like somebody might be embarrassed ever, then they are.
Yeah.
So these guys, and then the big part is, okay, if you're going to talk like that and you're going to be this gutter garbage talker guy, back it up. Okay? If you are willing to talk smack about whatever and, be a dick, when we say, hey, dick, leave. Or make your argument about whatever. You want to fight us about it? Sure, I guess. Whatever. But no, just go.
Yeah.
Don't cower in a corner and get all weird. Don't get awkward.
No.
Just say, oh yeah, I did do that. Own it.
Yeah.
There's guys who come in. Let's see, there are customers we have who come in they're a line stepper, but they own it. And you go, dude, you can't say it. And here he goes, oh yeah, I didn't think about where it was.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, done.
That's fine.
Done. And they'll never say it again.
I am a line stepper sometimes. And Matt goes, hey, watch it.
Yeah. So.
But like, that's fine. We don't expect anybody to be like perfect or never swear or, people tell us stories and get hyped up and we get it.
Yeah.
But if we go, whoa, take it down a notch, there's a child behind you.
Yeah. We have lots of like really gross friends.
Oh, yeah.
And I am a very gross person.
You're my gross friend.
say all kinds of like rude, ridiculous stuff.
Same.
But I know when is not the time.
That's right. So even if you're in the store joking with us and it's all cool, if there's a customer in, the rules change.
That's right.
Because we cannot consent for them to the things that are being talked about. Mm-hmm. So pause that.
That's right.
And if you're asked to leave the store,
just go.
Just go. Take a walk around the block. Get some fresh air.
Take a walk around the block for a week.
Come back. Talk to us.
Probably be fine.
Yeah. We're pretty chill. We're pretty laid back. Come talk to us. We can probably sort it out.
Yeah.
But.
All right. Who do we got next? Number 5. The pawner.
The pawner.
So is the pawner somebody who...
Did you notice I just added that during this conversation?
I do see that. Yeah. So should I guess which pawner I think it is?
Please do. Yes.
Okay, so there's 2 people who I think this could be. I believe first one, it's going to be the type of person who brings you stuff and you buy it from them, but they talk about how they're going to come back and get it. Is that the pawner?
Partly.
Or is it the people who say, I'll be back to get this, but I got to go pawn something?
Oh, yeah, we have that guy too.
Yeah.
I was thinking specifically the people who treat us like a pawn shop.
Oh, yeah, we're not a pawn shop.
We are not a pawn shop. But we've had... This is probably the broadest one of all the others, where we have the most people this applies to, I think. But so many people come in with just little smelly, weird stuff that you can tell they dug to the bottom of a closet for because they need to buy smokes.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just if you do that and you have a closet full of cool vintage toys in good shape, please do that. We do want
into it.
But we're talking weird 2-inch plush frogs with stains on them.
Oh, yeah.
And just stuff that makes no sense to bring to our store. And it's I'm just hoping to get $2.
We're not in the most affluent neighborhood.
True.
So there might be some of that with it, but
there's also, but we have a lot of that. We have a lot of casual, please buy this that's kind of relevant, but not really because I need some cash.
Yeah.
There's also, this is a specific incident, and I'm going to talk about it because I highly doubt anyone involved listens to our podcast. But even if they do, hey, we had someone who was cleaning out a massive amount of storage, and there was some sort of family drama.
Okay.
And somebody showed up to the store threatening to call the cops on us because we had sold something that we bought from this person.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And they expected us to still have it. It was over a month later, we had gone to Grand Con and come back. And they're we need that thing back. And we're because with, a pawn shop holds it.
Yeah. Well, that's
and
the
they
thing,
specifically said, we need the things that are on pawn. No, you don't.
Yeah. I think, that's the thing. They came in, they were what does so-and-so have on pawn? I'm it's not a pawn shop.
No, we're a cool toy store.
Yeah, it's a toy store.
And this person did bring in really cool stuff.
Yes, lots of them.
It was not the garbage junk I was just talking about. It was really cool vintage toys.
It was a neat thing. Vintage toys, 20-year-old dolls.
In package.
And things that people want.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and
Which means we did not still have it.
Yeah, and in the end, everything was fine. No cops were called. Nothing was stolen, whatever. It was just a miscommunication between them.
Yeah.
But, the pawn shop does have, in Prince George, the pawn laws are such that you have 30 days. It has to sit in the back of the shop before it can hit the floor, which gives 30 days for somebody to go looking for it.
Yeah.
I think that's the stipulation. And I know that certain stores I remember there being a big problem for Game Quest when they first opened downtown, and they had to, Kelsey had to go to City Hall and try and repeal this thing. And I think they did, But
Yeah.
at the same time, I don't know
Was
for
this
sure.
the thing another store owner pushed to exist, or is that a separate?
No, it's the same one.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a thing where if you sell cards or games, it has to be treated like a pawn shop.
Which is silly.
It's ridiculous, because first things first, independent store needs that stock to be able to sell
Yeah.
within 30 days.
Yeah.
Because I remember this. So I was working at Long McQuaid on George Street at the same time that Kelsey had opened Game Quest down on Dominion. He was having to deal with this thing of a whole back room full of stock that he can't sell
Yeah.
for X amount of days because of this pawn law. Meanwhile, I was working at Long McQuaid, and we didn't have that.
Interesting.
We didn't have that as a bylaw at all, because or we did and we just didn't follow it because nobody said we had to,
Yeah.
right? So
Whereas they're dealing with things sans serial code, whereas instruments have
a
codes
serial
and
number.
are trackable.
yes.
And you're the ones that can sell it the next day.
Yeah, literally
Yeah.
people would bring it. So at L&M, the goal is to get rid of it in a month.
Yeah.
So you keep the price low, so
Not
it's
sit on it for a month.
so it's gone.
Yeah.
Right? And even at that store, it was like a pretty big store. It's where Epic is now. There was pretty big stock rooms, but we had no space to put stuff to wait.
Yeah.
You bring in a guitar amp and sell it to us, it takes up a lot of space.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where we are with that. I can't afford to buy a tub of toys.
We
and
were not
sell something
and
out of
will
it.
never be a pawn shop.
No.
No interest. Nope.
No, and that's the other thing. There's also the type of stuff too where people, what I was saying at first was the thing of like,
I'll come back for it.
they come in, they bring a game, and they look at it on the shelf once it's priced, and they're like, oh man, if that's there when I can, I'll come back and get it for sure. We never see them.
No. They never come back.
No, they don't care about that thing. That's
No,
why.
that's why they sold it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's the little kid syndrome of, oh, someone else might have it.
Yeah.
But that's my thing.
That's right.
But they don't actually care.
No.
No.
All right, so I've got here on this one an honorable mention, number 6 for the Chicken Little.
The Chicken Little.
Yeah, I don't remember what that was. I think we talked about it.
I didn't put descriptions on these. I just put names.
Yeah, do you got it in here?
Kind of. So the Chicken Little is, and the reason it's an honorable mention is because generally speaking, the Chicken Little is not a customer.
Oh, okay, I remember.
Therefore, doesn't apply to a customer being hard to deal with. But the Chicken Little is, we've had this a couple times, and it seems to be directly related to social media
Yep.
and political or political adjacent opinions. And people decide they don't like something I've said or something you've said. And
No, something you've said.
Yeah, it was me. Sorry.
Probably me too.
It's probably me. But, and they go to my page, do a creep. Oh, you own a toy store? And then it's a bad review for the toy store.
Yeah.
Even though this person's never been in the store, they've never experienced being a customer in the
They don't
store.
live in the town.
Yeah,
We've never seen them before.
Exactly. And I think there's a lot of opinions around this type of stuff. Like, I know I've had a lot of people tell me to, like, basically not exist online outside of being a business owner.
You can't say you can't have a personal opinion
Yeah.
if you're a teacher or a store owner or a whatever. Yeah, you can.
And that's a very popular opinion. And I've dealt with, like, a lot of people telling me such things when I talk about these experiences.
BS.
Where I'm like, hey, someone left this review because I said blah, blah, blah. They're like, oh, man, you're out saying stuff like that?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a commie, socialist, lefty, fucking whatever. I'm that guy.
I wouldn't say you're a commie, but yes,
You know what
socialist.
I mean? All the words that people throw.
Yeah.
I'm that guy. Sorry if you hate me.
Yeah, I'm a...
But it has nothing to do with how I treat anybody who comes in the store.
No, and it has nothing to do with how our business is.
No.
Like, anybody comes in...
Let's use a lot of this that I'm talking about was during the pandemic.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that. We opened well into the pandemic, like a year in.
Yeah.
Masks were still a thing when we opened.
Yep.
There was talk online about we were both very supportive of masks, very, we're vaccinated. We did all the stuff. We're, science believers, I guess.
Sure.
And I would get into arguments with people online about, like, why masks work or why the vaccine's not a tracking chip.
My favorite one is that image of the guy. There's two men standing, and one has...
Is it the peeing guy?
Yeah, the peeing guy. That's my favorite one, because, like, you know, the guy who's... there's just two guys with no pants, and the one guy's just peeing on the other guy.
And there's a lot of pee getting on the other guy.
And then it shows the one guy with
the guy getting
pants
peed on has pants on.
Yeah, and so he's getting wet pants, but then it shows the two people with pants on and just the one guy's peeing his pants.
Such a good example.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good.
But anyway, so there's a lot of those discussions online happening.
Yeah.
And it definitely had, I think there was a review left for us at some point during that.
Mm-hmm.
And people seeming to think that because of our opinions, they knew how we ran the store. Whereas had you tried to come to the store or talk to us, we had customers not comfortable or whatever reason didn't want to wear a mask.
Yeah, we'd accommodate that.
Yeah, like we would, you know, if you don't want to wear a mask, we're going to wear ours.
Yep.
So don't be offended if we wear ours. And if we have any other customers come in while you're in, put one on or leave. Because we can't consent for the other people.
That's right.
But, like, we'll accommodate you. We could also do delivery or, you know, we're not going to sit here and argue with you.
We're doing all of it.
Yeah, we did as much as we could to accommodate anybody, no matter your stance on masks.
Yeah.
It's fine. And our beliefs that, like, we think they're good, we're going to wear them. We're going to enforce the rules as much as we can. But, like, if you're not affecting anybody else, there's nobody else shopping. We were willing to open an hour early or an hour late if anybody wanted to come, like, mask-free shopping.
That's right.
We just didn't want to affect anyone else who was concerned.
That's right.
We also kept everything really clean and, you know. But just because you see somebody's opinion online doesn't mean you know how they run their business.
Yeah.
It's not related.
Or that your opinion of how they run their business even matters.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't.
No.
So,
and one review.
Sorry.
One more. We have two more to talk about. But one was because I left a negative review for another business because they were doing very poor pandemic management. And this was a restaurant. It was a food establishment.
Yep.
And we had gone for breakfast or lunch.
Whatever time
I can't even remember what time of day it was. But we went out for food, and it was a very uncomfortable experience for both of us, I think. For me, anyways. So I left a review. I wasn't rude.
No, you stated facts.
Yeah. I was like, this isn't happening, whatever. And then we almost immediately got a similar review about how our stuff was unsafe or unsanitary.
Well, that's when we were in the basement of Buskers still.
Yeah.
And the review was that Buskers doesn't keep things neat. But I will tell you that Amber, who owned it, has like a background in...
She's a nurse.
Yeah, she's a nurse. She's got like that background.
Yeah.
That chick was tick-tock on keeping stuff clean.
If anyone followed any rules ever,
Yeah.
like not even just during the pandemic, but like kitchen rules, it's that girl.
Yeah, it was always neat and clean. And then they wrote this thing of like, oh, we went in and blah, blah, blah. Try and keep it cleaner, blah, blah, blah. It's like...
Yeah.
And then I went back and I did this. So I do this thing. When somebody leaves a negative review, I just kill them with kindness and say, well, how could we do this better? How could we do whatever better? You know, and then like I talk and I engage them.
It's also like what happened during your experience to make you feel this way? Yeah. Because the truth is, you've never been there. You didn't come in.
Yeah, we've never seen them. They don't exist.
Probably. It's probably a burner account.
Yeah, that's the Chicken Little. That's somebody who's yelling at the sky.
They're yelling and screaming and everything's wrong, but it's not a real review. You're not a customer. You've never been to the store. You don't know what you're talking about. Mm-hmm. I said there was two more.
Okay.
The one more is actually related to a couple of the other categories.
Oh, yeah?
But we have had a review that a customer left that was all crap about how we run our business just to get our attention.
Oh, yeah. And then when confronted, they said, oh, I just did that to get your attention. Don't do that. Yeah, don't do that.
Just message us. Just send us a message. It's fine.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and that was another, I feel like, oh, the sky is falling. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a wolf. Okay, no.
It's a, I'm going to die. Help. Just kidding.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're definitely receptive to negative reviews.
Yeah, we are not like hard people to deal with.
Like we want input all the time on everything.
Yep.
You know, if there's something you think we could be doing better or if we made you uncomfortable, like we're all for it. Let us know. We want to fix that.
To a fault. We crave input and ask people how they
Constantly.
want things to be.
Yeah.
Like you go on and, hey, we want to do this thing, you know, a Patreon exclusive claim sale, or how do you want to do it? And it's like, you know, tell us you don't want that. Tell us you think it's dumb. Tell us you do want it.
Yeah.
You know,
if we're posting a claim sale and we're like, what do you want to see? Tell us the exact items you want to see.
Yeah.
If you're like, oh, I was at the store last week and I was really looking at this exact one item, but like it was a little too much for me, I'd love to see that. Tell us exactly. You know, we're not asking for show. You know, like we want to be a business for collectors. Like
the
customers matter.
Yes.
Like we're not just doing this as a big jerk off sesh for ourselves.
Yep. True.
Like Elon Musk with Twitter. You know, we actually care what you want.
You fucking lefty.
Sorry. Fight me.
Yeah, we don't have a Twitter anymore because she deleted it because she was so unimpressed by that guy. I just don't care.
You know, we also were not really on it. Like the only purpose of our Twitter was to be a link to our website.
Yeah, I don't use it at all.
Had we had any following on there, I might not have been so quick, but
Well, how would you feel if we had 20,000 followers on it?
then I would have stayed.
Yeah.
Probably. But I think we had like 4. And it was all people that follow us other places.
Yeah, even if it was 400, we'd ditch it then.
And we had like 3 posts. It like wasn't a big thing. But
no. And that's the thing with the different networks too. I'd much rather make TikTok videos than fucking how many 126 characters?
Yeah. On Twitter.
That's too little. I can't do that. But you can pay more money and do more, I think.
Ooh, lucky. I don't know if that went forward. I stopped paying attention.
Yeah, I have no idea.
All the Twitter updates.
Yeah, if anybody knows, write us a comment.
Let us know.
Let us know.
We genuinely want to know.
Yeah. Yeah, we do want to know. All right.
Is it time to
What's that? Talk about
sandwich the negative with a positive?
Yeah, sure. That's right. So yeah, we've got our preferred customer type, and there are all types there are way more people who come in that are like positive customer types than the negative types. And even the negative types have positive
days.
Qualities. But positive qualities, positive things. The people that we've mentioned, they'll do the hold thing and they'll do this thing, but they're very active in like
social media.
Yeah. You know, they're always there
commenting on our stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that helps.
That makes up for it.
The kind of thing like, you know, we need people that are, you know, if you listen to this on YouTube, write a comment.
Please.
Like, just write a comment. You
or
know,
like it.
That terrible algorithm, you know, which isn't terrible. It's actually the greatest thing ever because if you like what we're doing and we talk about something you like and you comment on it and like the thing and subscribe to it, all it's going to do is find you more content like our thing that you're going to like anyway.
It's also going to push our thing to other people who like similar stuff to you.
True.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
Yeah, it is.
And we love the interaction. The community is probably our favorite part of like this whole thing. So we want to interact. If you comment on our YouTube channel, we'll answer you.
Every time.
Yeah.
If you comment in Facebook, we're there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're in a podcast app and comment, I don't know if we can answer you, but we appreciate you. And if you do, we'll try to answer you.
Yeah.
I don't really know how that works.
Send us an email. Collectoverse@gmail.com.
Collectoverse.
That's right. All right. So we're on to a single, the customer is always right.
So I originally had a list of like, I think it was 6 different customer types.
Yeah.
But in most ways, all the good customers are kind of the same.
Yeah, they're all kind of the
So
the
I called this customer the supporter.
The supporter. The angel.
So basically, if you support us, we love you.
Yes.
And these customers range from, we have people who are in multiple times a week, buying stuff constantly. We have somebody or a couple somebodies who will like bring us like a lot of stuff they bought and just give us the things they didn't want from it.
Yep.
And then buy something from the store as well. Mm-hmm. And we have people who are Patreon members, which we're really hoping to grow because we want to do more on there. but there's not a big crowd yet to perform for.
Yeah, the big thing with the Patreon that, I don't know if, did you mention it in your post today?
I'm not sure.
Okay, well, what we use the Patreon money for is like, we don't actually touch it. We let it sit there and kind of grow into a lump. And then we use that lump to do something that we either haven't done before or just because it was cost prohibitive to do it, or we put it towards something, usually something fresh, but we just put it towards something that we'll even go in there and ask, hey, what do you guys want? You want posters or Pokemon cards? And if somebody goes, we want, then that posters
Last time it was posters, yeah.
And so we ordered a bunch of posters, and
because the Patreon subscription money doesn't pay out automatically. I don't know if it can. It might for other people.
I don't know.
But the way we have it set up is that it sits in Patreon until we tell it to come out.
Yeah.
So we basically leave it there until there's enough to place an order. And then we inquire, hey, what do you guys want to see? What do we want to try?
But yeah, my point with that thing was the posters sold okay, but they're kind of a dud.
There was a lot of hype, and then when they showed up, it was kind of a dud.
I don't know if they're, maybe they're too expensive.
Or the wrong ones.
Maybe we can make them less once we're not having the overhead of a store.
Yeah, that's true.
Who knows what the thing is. But there was lots of hey, get posters. We want posters. We sold lots of posters to people, and then all of a sudden they just fizzled out, and now we've still got a big box of posters. But
if you know the issue with our posters, please give us feedback.
The money that we used to buy that posters didn't come out of our pockets, didn't come out of our overhead.
Yeah.
It was just extra money.
From Patreon.
Yeah. So at the same time, that's okay.
Yeah. That's right.
It was a test.
Yeah. And it's really nice to be able to do that.
Yeah. That ability there is awesome.
And if we could do that more often.
Yeah.
And maybe get in bigger deal stuff with those orders.
Yeah.
I don't see a reason that Patreon subscription money would ever not be used for ordering in cool things.
Yeah.
If our Patreon grows and the money gets bigger, it's still just going to be used to order more stuff.
Well, it would depend on what the followers of Patreon are for. If suddenly,
because it is kind of a hybrid of store and podcast support now.
That's the thing. If the Patreon is people who support podcasts and videos, then I would definitely use that money for better gear, or delivery to more platforms, whatever, right? New website. Maybe we can hire somebody to build it, and we don't have to just do it all the time.
Cool.
Whatever it is, that would be a neat thing.
But please know if you've ever considered or even entertain the idea of joining our Patreon. It starts at $5 a month, which is
it's not too much.
It's not too much, and it's never going to be taken advantage of. We appreciate, every single dollar of it and make sure it goes to something relevant. And, we're not taking it out to, take ourselves for dinner every week or anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, there's another type in here.
Sorry. That's part of the supporter.
Yes, part of the supporter. Yeah. Sorry to have gone, off the
tangented
rails
a little.
But there are people who are super loyal absentee customers.
This is the opposite of the Firsty McFirsterson that you preluded to earlier.
Yeah, the pre-order guys who just bail. These are customers, and we've got we've got a bunch of these guys.
Yeah, and girls.
They're
all guys, I know.
I just use guys and dudes. I don't
Sometimes
sit there.
It stands out to me, and I'm like,
yeah.
And girls.
Anyway, so these folks, they go, hey, I want this full wave of Transformers and this G.I. Joe thing. I go, well, I don't really have a delivery date. They go, don't care.
Yeah.
Order it.
Yep.
They will either, if I ask them to pay in advance, they pay in advance.
Yep.
That's it.
Or if you just want a deposit, they'll pay a deposit.
Yeah, done.
If we don't, they don't.
Yeah, and when it shows up, they're happy.
Yeah.
They ask me to keep my eye out for specific items, and boy, am I happy to get them specific items.
Yeah.
The people that are, I'm happy to deal with the people who need to get that thing first and drop orders, all that kind of stuff. I have no problem with these people.
And just know, we want to get it to you first.
Of course.
That's just not the reality.
Yeah, it's just sometimes we order the thing and Hasbro had, they had 50,000 units and they already shipped them out, and we
are the 50,000 in second.
Yeah, order.
Yeah.
Or those items. So you get it when you get it. Sometimes we got to wait until the second run comes out or whatever.
Yeah.
But you'll get your thing.
Yeah.
Just, wait it out, you'll get it.
We've got people so loyal, talking about these loyal customers, where we actually have to tell them we don't know if we can get this one. Please go buy it somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like, it's fine. We don't mind.
Yeah.
You know, that's the only way you're going to get it, and we want you to get it.
Yeah. Yeah, and they go, but I don't want to put my money at Walmart. And I go, well, but you want your thing, and it's there right now. Go get it.
Like, they'd almost prefer we went to buy it at Walmart and then sold it to them for the same money.
No, they want us to upcharge it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a cool way to be. We appreciate those folks.
People that refuse discounts.
Yeah.
Also. Yeah.
Yeah. The family discount.
That's 20% off. I don't want that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're like, no, I'll pay the full price. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's another type of people who support when they can, because they're like, they're not well-off people. They don't have a lot of money.
Hi, that's me.
Well, yeah, it's me too. But it's the type of like that type of customer who they want the things. They have to be very selective about which things they buy.
They are not the basement full of collection guys.
No.
They are the have 5 or 10 pieces that they cherish because it took them a long time to get them guys.
Yeah.
But when they can get them, they're coming to us.
They get them from us.
And we love you.
Yeah, and even with those guys, that's, again, they're not the holder guys, and we don't mind holding.
Yeah.
You know, if you want the thing and you need a payment plan, we'll put it
Every
up.
time.
We'll make it work.
Yeah. We want you to have the thing.
That's right.
Yeah. But yeah, basically support us. If you are encouraging us online, you know, then you're gonna fit under the supporter customer who we love.
Yes.
In whichever way you support.
Yeah, however you do it, we love you. We can't get enough of you.
We're gonna invite you to our basement.
We like the smell of you.
I like the sound of you.
We like the look of you.
I don't like the taste of you.
Ridiculous. Anyway, I think that's it for this show.
Yeah. And this was supposed to be fun and silly, not like attacking anybody.
And we didn't want to get super serious about other things, but we did. So that's fine.
Happens.
Yeah. So as I had mentioned before, I've got a show in the works where I'm going to be talking to collectors about this stuff, but I don't think that'll be next week's show. I think possibly next week's show is we're going to talk about art theft and AI art, because it's like a super hotbed topic right now, an issue that everybody's
and we sure end up talking about it at 1 a.m. for like an hour.
Yeah, so we figure we want to talk about it. Somebody might want to hear about it.
Yeah.
So that's probably going to be next week's show. If for some reason you hear next week's show and it's not that, it just means we came up with something that we wanted to talk about more.
Yeah, but it's on the docket. Yeah. We've also got other stuff on the docket talking about being an adult collector, which we really want to talk about, but we want to do some interviews for that. Mm-hmm. I also really want to talk about packaging and the move that Hasbro, and I think there's other companies doing it, but primarily Hasbro.
I'm going to mention it right now before we cut off. I was chopping up a bunch of boxes this week, and Takara boxes from like the AM series are exactly what Hasbro is putting together now. All like fiber packaging. So it's all cardboard, and the little paper wrap, the stuff that ties them in. It's all that.
That's cool.
They're already doing it. Anyway, that's it for us this week. Thanks so much for checking in. I'm Matt Walker.
Burley McPherson.
Thank you so much.
Pitter patter.
Pitter patter.
Thank you for listening to the Collectoverse podcast. We'll be back next week with a new episode. If you want to see what we're up to in the meantime, you can find all our socials on our website, collectoverse.ca. That is collectoverse.ca.
If you like what we do and want to hear more, please subscribe to our Patreon. Our patrons get early access to new episodes and bonus content. You can find that link on our website. That is once again collectoverse.ca, not .com.